PMP with all above target. People above target. Process above target. Business environment above target. So Fahad joined us in batch 8 and his story is very fascinating. So as you guys know, we have only one batch in 1 month. Fahad came to me almost on the last day of the batch 7 and he said that I want to do PMP ASAP. I said, my friend, don't worry. I will help you out. And he working very hard and he cleared PMP in a very less time. He worked rigorously. His job was very hard and very important thing to add. He did not take any day off from his job. He did his work, all those things, and then he went to give the exam. And he did exam 1 day before Eid. That's it. 1 day before Eid. And he was like,
Amit, you there? Actually, there's some distortion in your voice. Are you there? Hello. Yeah, Amit. I guess there was some issue in your voice. Actually, it's not coming at the moment.
it is possible. Now you can hear me now from the
Yeah.
mobile.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Now I can.
But Fahad, share your journey with us.
This is me, Fahad. Basically, I've been working with an IT industry for past 10 years. I've been into many roles, but mainly I have been involved into the software development and the production support analyst. So, why I started PMP? Basically, you can say it's the demand for my career, and as you can see, in project management, there is quite a lot of responsibility, and I like the responsibility and the challenges that come with that responsibility. So I started off my journey at January 2021, but started off with wrong food. That wasted almost my 3 to 4 months. Didn't do anything, didn't study anything any much, like 2 hours in a week and 4 hours in a week. And actually, I wanted to do the PMP certification, but the problem is I wasn't getting that much knowledge that is required for this certification to be done. So one day I saw a friend Maruk and JNK in your video, and I was like, "Oh my God, they are getting counseling from you." Then I contacted you at May. Then we have our session started at May, and things go on. And I feel like uh, the whole game changing thing was like when you done with the session, the whole story began started from there. Actually, when the
What,
batch is over.
what do you mean by what do you mean to say that within the session there is nothing after the
No, actually there are many things, but actual story, the you can say this session coaching call is like a training for the war. The war began when the coach sessions training this 35-hour video got ends. Actual story begins at that moment. So you have been like continuously following up, like how many mocks you did, what's your like you are going very slow, something like that. And I was like, oh my god, where is it, like batch, like one-to-one program or a batch program? I was like this thing, and then the only challenge I was facing is like I was like unable to get off from office. Plus, I have a 2 year baby, so that's something like cherry on the top. So what what I do, I try first I try to finish my office work, then I try to let the baby sleep, and after 11 p.m. I start the study, and till 4 a.m. I used to study like continuously two and a half months. So it was difficult for a week, but after 1 week you will get used to it. So plan was this to study all the material. During session, I went through all the material that have been provided by you and the PIM book 6th edition. Actually, getting through the PIM book is quite frustrating. No matter when you read that book, you will fall into sleep. I don't know, the book is written in such way, and the problem with me, I memorize things by writing. So whenever I learn something from you, from PIM book, I used to write it in my own words. I'm like a, you can say, old-fashioned guy. And then the most devastating thing for me in this whole journey, when you give me your Udemy link and you ask me to solve your mock, actually the most irritating thing for me, the long question. I was like, I'm the guy who talk to you like to the point thing. If there is anything, I don't like linger on the things like you do this and that. But the long question irritates me, and the mocks, Udemy mocks that have been provided by you was so much long, and I was like, I got almost 60%, and I was like, should I even proceed with PMP or not? And then I did some other mocks, like uh, Wagde mocks, Tridip Roy mocks, Andrew Ramdayal mocks, and then my percentage was like 60 to 70, in between 60 to 70. And then you remember one day I texted you. I was like, man, I'm pretty much disheartened, and I think I cannot pursue this anymore. And you were like, no, you have to do this. You have come this far. No, there is a little push, little jump that you need to take. That you need to take. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. So I did like prepcast, two mocks for prepcast, and my result was like 69%. And I wasn't trying for the third mock of prepcast. And then I talked to you that I don't want to like uh, feeling like doing this anymore. And you said you have come this far, and now you need to do a bit more. Then 3 to 4 day gaps, I go through my all the like mistakes that I've been doing, the silly mistakes, the missing gaps, the missing knowledge, and then I like tried the third mock of Perpcaf, and my result was 79.9%. That I've shared with you, and right away you just texted back to book my exam. Actually, that was 2 days before each day, and I wasn't even sure that I'm gonna give the exam, and it was you who like forced me to know it's the time to give. And what I just sat on the laptop and checked the available dates, and there is actually a story there, that how I how I got my date. So there was center, only one center in Lahore. Uh, they forgot to actually book all. They forgot to like schedule the holidays in their calendar. So they
Oh,
missed a slot of 2 hours. So I just booked the exam in that 2 hours, and the guy just called me and they said, "We have got notification from Pearson. You have booked your exam. Can you move your exam?" He just started telling me to procedure to do this, to move your exam after age and something like that. I was like, no, no, no. I am not feeling sure about my exam. So whatever date I have decided I need to do at that date. So he came specifically for me for that date. Basically, that was like sort of Chandra in Pakistan, because very next day was Eid day, and the guy came for me so that I can continue the exam. And the thing was like before exam, one day I was like, I was like traveling around here and there. I didn't even touch the book. That was like 2 days before the exam, and the on exam day. I was like playing with my pets and playing with my kids, and I was standing in the rain in morning, and I was thinking, man, you have a paper at evening, and look what are you doing? So it was quite interesting. I studied on that day 2 hours. The mind map, I guess, Mina have shared. These were quite good thing. I have gone through them twice. On that day, I have gone through the slides that you have given to me, and nothing else. On that day, I didn't do anything. So at 4 p.m. I left for home, and I got stuck in traffic. And exam will gonna start at 6 p.m. And at 5 p.m. I was like stuck in traffic, and I was thinking, if somehow I missed that exam, what I'm gonna tell you. But somehow I read there, and the exam have started, and it went good. So far, if you talk about my uh, exam journey, like how I've been performing in the exam, it was like quite a story as well in itself. Actually, uh, as per directions given by you that I need to do like 70, 70, 70. The thing is, the first portion took my 90 minutes. And yeah, 90 minutes. And in break of 10 minutes, I was going to call you and I was going to tell you. And then I was like, no, let it go and let's see how it's gonna end. So I catch up myself at the second round, at the second section of the exam, and I completed that part is almost 70 minutes. Then I have left. Basically, when the second part started, I started at 140 minutes, second part, and then the 70 minutes gone. Then the rest of the time, almost like 60, 62 minutes left for the third part. Then I at the third part I was like I wasn't even reading the question. I was like reading the options and selecting the most suitable one. So I did this for like almost like 10 to 15 or more 20 questions. I just read the option and select the last line, read the last line and the first line and the option, and pick the best suited one that I feel like that should be the answer. So at last, I solved the paper like before 5 minutes. So what I did then, I reviewed the last section only, and I haven't reviewed any of the section that have been done previously. So, hello Amir, are you there?
okay.
Okay.
So you
So you
review
review
the
the
last
last
section
section
only.
only.
Yeah, I just reviewed the last section, only 2 to 3 questions, and the first two section I haven't even got the chance to review. But if I manage the time like properly, like as you said, result could have been more better.
Fahad, why do you think result is not better?
River
How can
will
it be further better?
River got. I feel like River will get more better if I got chance, if I'll manage the time more like in a proper way. Like as you told, 70, 70, 70. My paper, I'll get like 10 to 15 minutes in every round to review the like mark question. I I feel like the bar goes more towards the end.
Fahad, it does not. Fahad, you got all above target.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I don't think so has any value now. The real thing is that you became certified PMP. Okay, Fahad, someone asked, as you said, as you studied PMP book. When you studied PMP,
Yeah.
can I
Yeah,
ask?
I have gone through it. I have gone through it by my own.
How many days you took to complete it?
Actually, the way book has been written is quite annoying. Like you cannot understand it at one time. Either you fell asleep or either you just put the book away and started thinking something else. So it
Fahad,
took
so
quite.
it will be a great thing when you read PIM book 7th edition.
Yeah, I haven't
It is
read it
very
yet,
well
but
written in that
I'm gonna
context.
read. Sure, sure. I'm gonna read it soon.
Yeah, you
In a
would
few.
love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Fahad, a few questions. How was the exam structured?
Like I feel like
Agile, which portion was most isolated?
basically the every question is for something like a hybrid. There are some questions that are purely we can say predictive, but every other question was something like a hybrid question related to the hybrid. So whatever the question was, I feel like you have the proper mindset, then you can answer it correctly. Otherwise, if you go through the like theories and go through the like principles, then that will get hard for you to solve that question. You need a proper mindset to solve the paper, to solve the question that were in the exam.
So
So
agile
it was like,
mindset is the key for the
yeah,
exam.
agile mindset and predictive mindset is the key to solve the paper.
Okay, okay. So in the exam, which portion was most highlighted? Stakeholder, communication, resource, risk.
Actually, in my paper, it was more like stakeholder and resource management. There were actually quite a lot of questions from the resource management and the virtual teams, like how you gonna behave with virtual team and what are
Okay,
the like how you monitor the virtual team and divide the task and your document ladder was completely there end to
okay,
end and something like that.
okay. So Fahad, how many questions on change request?
There were like I have written it down. There were like five questions that have been asked through like in some two or three questions are like pure predictive manners and two or three questions are like being asked in agile fashion, like how you gonna handle the change request in agile, like uh, how you gonna note it down in retrospective or in sprint review, then how you gonna make that part of the product backlog, like something like this, like who's gonna accountable for this change request, like either that have been implemented or not. These kind of questions
Okay,
are
okay.
there. Are there.
What about change request? What about risk?
Oh, basically, I got question about qualitative risk analysis. There were like two or three questions. The one question was
Fahad, you cannot
qualitative.
share exact question.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
exact
But
question, just a
but
highlight of.
but there are like more than like 7 to 8 questions are there from the risk knowledge area, risk management.
So risk has become again more important.
Yeah. In fact,
Okay.
one
What
question
about
was there
scope?
from the EMV, calculate the expected monetary value. I wasn't expecting, but I got it.
This,
And then I
no,
was,
this question is coming. This question is coming. You are second to third student who has reported the same thing.
Mhm.
Hmm.
and
Okay. What about formula questions? Other
yeah, they are there, but actually the formula question was there in the graph. There are like two options and related to formula question of casual, and they have given me the graph to and the formula as well. Like if you put this formula, this value will become. If you put this formula, this value will become something like something like that thing. And and one thing I
okay,
feel like I have got almost like 5 to 6 questions related to the graph that I need to pick that point where you can say where the change request has been filled, received, and how gonna the like burn down chart will behave in that thing, something like that. Like you are progressing
okay,
toward end and the
okay.
CR will come.
So we need to focus more on graph question.
Yeah.
What about drags and drop?
Actually, I've got almost three questions of drag and drop in each section. In first section, second section, and third section. And they, but these were easy. Like Tuckman ladder was there, so I know you have told us very well. Like in what should the project manager do in storming, norming, forming, and this
Okay,
kind of
okay,
question.
okay. So tell us, what about scope? How many questions on scope were there?
Actually, there were questions related to the scope creep, related to some scope creep, like how you gonna handle the scope creep, and how you gonna handle the gold plating. Questions were related to these things, these two things.
Okay,
Like one
okay,
question from
okay,
related to scope creep, and one was related to the gold plating. They have
okay.
specifically used that word.
Any critical path question?
No, any critical path question.
Okay, okay. Fahad, you have given us so much. Now, one final advice in 1 minute for the entire PMP community.
Well, trust on your mentor. You don't need to trust on yourself. Trust on your mentor. Whatever you say, follow that direction because expert opinion is always matter. Whatever we do. Secondly, work hard. If this is not something that you're gonna achieve in 1 week, in 2 weeks, some guys can do it. Some guys will take 1 year. So work with your own pace. You know, like what you're gonna do, and you know your family. You know your working environment. So you have your own pace, but you just need to keep it up. You just cannot like halt it and pause it. You just need to keep moving and keep working on it. That's it.
So, so keep moving and work on your own pace, and that is the key of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fahad. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much for adding that thing to this. So this was Fahad, who recently cleared PMP with all above target. So guys, till next time, thank you, Fahad, for that.
Thank you.